Welcome back to the STRIVECast.
Episode 36!
Yay! Oh my
Episode 36.
God. Nobody is clapping. Yay!
I'm sorry, Jeff was celebrating.
I know.
Episode 36.
Full hug. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Who are you?
Noel Thompson, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you, Noel Thompson.
Delicious iced coffee.
And I am Super Jeff and Donald Pete.
Taco Pete?
He said volcano Pete.
I see the
Super Jeff.
Super Jeff and Donald Pete.
Dino Pete. Love it.
Thanks.
Welcome back, everybody.
Before he was saying I was his sidekick.
I would say maybe it's the other way around just because you're a lot taller than he is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
I don't necessarily consider myself a superhero, though. So I don't know if I have a sidekick.
Yeah. You know.
But if I did, Jeff would be a fine sidekick.
Like Bullwinkle and Rocky?
Sure. Which one of us is Bullwinkle?
The moose.
No, if Jeff and Pete were Rocky and Bullwinkle, who would be who?
I think Jeff would be Rocky Balboa.
Rocky Balboa.
Rocky Balboa.
Ooh.
And Bullwinkle would be Pete.
I think it would be the other way
He's
around.
Rocky Balboa and I'm Bullwinkle?
Because there was another boxer named Bullwinkle.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Who
Bullwinkle
wins the
the
fight
boxer?
between them two?
I don't know.
All right, well, what cartoon duo are they then? If they're Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah, who are we?
Tom and Jerry.
No.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
I'm Taylor Swift or you're Taylor Swift?
The other one.
Which one?
And that's Gary Perry.
And Whitney's Katy Perry. All right.
Oh,
You might hear a question about that coming up later.
Jessica Rabbit and Roger Rabbit.
No.
All right, we're already off track. Let's pull this thing back on the reins. We've got an exciting show today.
That's right.
Who is our guest, you guys?
Kelly McCormack.
That's
Kelly
right.
McCormack.
Kelly McCormack.
That's right. Where's she from? She's from the...
New Zealand.
Not New Zealand.
Jeff, where's she from?
The Maine
The Maine Association
Of?
Nonprofits.
That's right.
Yay. So can't wait to chat with her. We're going to chat all about the work they do at their organization and some of the organizations they support, like us. And we can't wait to talk to her. What's going on in the community? What's coming up this weekend, guys? Anything fun?
Yeah, Special Olympics.
That's next weekend, right? No, this weekend. That's right.
This weekend. Oh, no.
What event are you doing this weekend?
Shot put, 200, and the 400.
Ooh. Dash?
Yeah.
Great. Do you have any predictions? You going to call your shot right now? First place, all three?
Yeah.
Gold medal?
I hope so.
Good.
But you'll be brave in the attempt if you don't.
Yeah.
Yep.
You going?
No, I can't.
He used to be-
I guess it's my
he used to
dad
be
is
in the train.
going out there.
Okay, good.
And the
Is this recording?
and the great thing is I get to have my big eating out.
Oh yeah, on
Ooh.
Friday nights that's when Jeff goes out to eat.
Nice.
Where are you gonna go this week?
I was just thinking maybe spare time.
Yeah, that's because you like the bartender there.
Actually, I've not been there over a month.
Whoa.
Well,
Yeah, I've
catch
been doing
up with your friend.
I've been doing different things.
Mm-hmm.
Part of my goals.
Yeah.
You know, I've been doing like watching baseball games and and so walking as well.
What are you gonna order when you get there to eat?
I don't know.
Well, he said it's his big eat out night, so
The bowling alley?
the bowling alley.
Nice.
Do you get there yourself?
No, I think you.
How do you get there?
It's a whole new staff that I'll be working with.
Oh, cafe.
Cool.
All right.
What else is going on this weekend?
Well, I think this week is the grand finale of the Old Port Festival.
That's right.
It's the last Old Port
Last
Festival.
Old Port Fest.
You guys
Yes,
have
it
you
is.
guys ever been? No?
Not for the last one, but the past one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How was it? Thumbs
Really
up, thumbs
good.
down?
Thumbs up.
All right.
You like it? What's your favorite part of Old Port
Because
Fest?
one of the best memories was it Aaron's band.
Yeah.
Someone you know had a band in there?
A former staff of ours.
Cool. That's really exciting.
All right.
Okay, so are you going to be at Special Olympics for Old Port Fest, or are you going to be back in time?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll find out.
It
Anyway,
used to be my favorite in the past.
yeah, it's fun. Well, I'm sorry you're going to miss the last one potentially.
But lately it hasn't been my favorite.
Okay. Well, this has been a fun intro. When we come back, Noel will give the bio of our guest, Kelly McCormack. So we'll be right back.
Kelly McCormack is the program manager at the Maine
Association.
Association of Nonprofits. Kelly was born and raised here in Portland, Maine. Kelly's brother Parker attended STRIVE programs when he was a teen. After college, Kelly moved to California and worked in many nonprofit organizations on the West Coast. When Kelly returned to Maine, she joined the Maine
Association.
Association of Nonprofits, where
She supports.
she supports the work of over 900 organizations. In her role as the program manager, Kelly plans and promotes, not this one,
Professional.
professional development programs that help nonprofits across the state of Maine continue to
Thrive.
thrive. Kelly lives in South Portland with her wife and 3 dogs. Please welcome Kelly McCormack.
Yay! Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you. Hello.
Welcome, welcome. Jeff, you are starting us off today. Go ahead.
Yep. Go ahead.
Tell us about the Maine Association of
Nonprofits.
Nonprofit Organization. What do you
Guys.
do?
Great question. And I know the Maine Association of Nonprofits does not exactly roll off the tongue. So we call ourselves MAMP.
Oh, perfect.
It's a delicate P right on the end there. So we are a nonprofit organization in Portland, and we are a statewide serving organization for all of Maine's nonprofits. And we provide tools, resources, we make connections, provide educational opportunities so nonprofit staff and volunteers can become better at what they're already doing every day by serving our communities. So we're just here to make them even better, and we also represent nonprofits in the State House. If there are important advocacy and public policy issues like taxes or employment laws, we represent all of Maine's nonprofits at the State House and through our friends in Washington, D.C. So we represent the whole sector, and we're here to serve everybody, including organizations like Strive.
Awesome.
That's awesome. So cool. No?
Yeah. What does your job as the program manager look like?
That is a great question. So my job as the program manager, that means I wear a lot of hats, but primarily I plan education programs, and I work with presenters around the state of Maine to provide trainings for nonprofit employees and volunteers. So I will travel to places like Machias or Dover Foxcroft or Blue Hill, and I'll hold trainings about fundraising or staff and volunteer management or human resources, whatever people think they want more information on. You know, if you're in marketing and communications, maybe we're going to offer a training on how to write better or prepare better appeals. So we'll offer things like that.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so
Sounds like fun.
and you also caught me. I'm also doing a lot of the social media, which is how I learned about STRIVECast through Instagram.
Awesome.
So fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Can also be a full-time job. That's
Absolutely.
a lot of stuff to do.
Well, and I got to tell you, we do a communications conference. Our first one was last year, and we're in the middle of planning for this year's, and it's in October. And we were having a brainstorming session and saying who in Maine is doing podcasts, and you know, thinking of organizations, and we had a couple that we knew of, and then later that night I was on the MAP Instagram, and your STRIVECast post just was right there, and it was like, holy cow, I didn't know Strive was doing this, and I've got to get in touch with them. So Whitney and I connected.
It's awesome. It's a fun way to get
Episode
in.
36
So
right here.
36,
This
we are.
is it.
Yes.
Yeah, so-
Jeff?
okay, ready?
What kind of work does your organizations do in Augusta?
Ooh, great question. I wish I was in charge of our public affairs, our policies and public affairs. One of the cool things we do in Augusta is we have a nonprofit day each year. We rent out, or we represent in the Hall of Flags, and we invite nonprofit organizations to come and represent all the different missions that they serve in the state of Maine. We report out on taxes. Nonprofits are affected by taxes quite a lot. Employee rights, stuff like that. So I can't really speak a ton around the advocacy, but you know.
But you're there for the
Yeah.
nonprofits across the state.
You got it,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Noel?
What is the most rewarding part of your job?
That is a great question. It's getting to do things like this.
Aw.
Really, it's there's so much cool stuff going on in Maine, and that our nonprofit organizations are doing, and I think the favorite part of my job and the most rewarding is getting to travel around and meet cool folks like yourselves and see all the awesome work that people are doing. There's just things you wouldn't even think about that people are doing. That's really cool. So
That's pretty exciting.
yeah.
Jeff?
You're up.
What is the biggest challenge you face in your role?
Ooh, you guys ask great questions. That was like one of my things I was most excited about, is you were going to ask me good questions. I would say it's just the desire to wanting to help everybody do everything, and you know, we're only a team of 8.
Wow.
Yeah, so we work really hard, we play really hard, and you know, as I said, we're here to serve all of nonprofits. It's hard to reach everybody. Maine is a
Right.
huge state.
Yeah.
You don't realize that. Our team was in Presque Isle a couple weeks ago. It was the first time we'd ever gotten up there.
Wow.
It's just wanting to, you know, make as big a difference as possible, and but it's hard reaching everybody. So
Yeah.
we're just little by little getting out there.
Yeah, well, that's so great that you're trying to help. It
We have
can definitely be challenging.
Yeah, and we definitely know a little bit about the small team trying to
Yeah.
do a lot for a lot of people
Oh,
too.
for
So
sure.
we
Yes.
understand about that.
Noel?
What drove you back to Maine after living in California?
So I'm from Portland originally. I really missed my family.
Yeah.
I missed my brother and my sister and my folks, and also just being a Mainer in my heart. I had to come back and, you know, see. I hadn't really spent time in Maine as an adult, and I wanted to see what it was all about. As I said, I knew there was cool stuff happening, and I wanted to see what was going on here. So it's a totally different world than
Yeah.
California. But I mean, I used to love saying I had the best of both coasts.
Right.
I was just at California.
You were?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
San Diego.
Ooh.
My cousin's wedding.
Was it hot?
A little bit.
Yeah, very
You
cool.
said you got like sun poisoning, right, or something? Not sun poisoning.
Sunburn.
Done.
Oh.
Yeah, you got
Big
fair skin. I
slight
bet you did.
Yeah, big difference. My apologies. All
That's okay.
right, Jeff's up.
What are you most
No, wait.
proud
Of
proud of some
so far.
so far in your career?
Another awesome question. It's like a job interview, but Gloria. No, it's an awesome question. I really don't know what my proudest moment. I think it's really more about knowing early on that nonprofits were my passion, and it just kind of felt like my calling. So I've just been proud that I've stuck with it, and I truly believe I've made an impact at all of the places I've worked. Yeah, it's just sticking with it and continuing to give back and serve in the way that I know how to do best. So
That's a great answer.
What is something you wish people knew about nonprofit organization?
what an awesome question. Thank you. I think there is a little bit of a stigma around nonprofits that we're these scrappy little guys always begging for money, and sure, that's true, but it's that's resilience. I wish people knew what an impact they actually have on our entire world. But if you could imagine a day without nonprofits, it's impossible.
Right.
You know, those are your parks, your schools, your medical places, your food pantries, Strive, your museums, your community groups. Nonprofits provide a lot of services to some of our most vulnerable residents, and they really provide a lot. And it's important for people to recognize that we, as nonprofits, deserve a voice at the table and contribute a lot. Did you know 1 in 6 workers in the state of Maine is employed by a nonprofit?
Really?
Wow. I knew it was a big number, but I didn't realize it was that big.
That's a sixth of the workforce.
Wow.
So it's about 98,000 people in
Wow.
the state of Maine.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
a lot.
Jeff?
Jeff's up.
And along those lines, good
Yeah.
segue.
If you had one piece of advice,
Advice.
oh,
Sometimes you need to
I need
have this is
advice.
advice.
Yeah.
If you had one
Oh.
piece of advice,
to give to someone looking to work for a private
nonprofit.
sorry. What would you to be?
What would it be?
What would it be?
That's a great question. I would say follow your passion. Find something that really gets you excited. I love the arts and I love animals, so I've worked and volunteered for arts and animal organizations. So find your passion and go get it. You know, and every contribution you can make to a nonprofit makes a difference. It doesn't have to be just money, but your time is really valuable as well. You guys do a lot of volunteering through some of your programs, right?
Totally.
So,
Yeah.
And if somebody's looking to get involved with a nonprofit, there's a whole job board that you guys have on your website
we
too.
have the only job board in Maine that's dedicated to nonprofit roles, and we keep that updated every day. We've got tons of postings all over the state of Maine. So, and if you ever have any questions, you can give us
Like
a call.
volunteering at Partners in One Health.
Exactly.
exactly,
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Great job, Noel. You're getting the last question here.
We saw your brother used to come to Strive program. Tell us a little about him.
do you remember him? His name is Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because I was talking to my mom last night, and I said, I'm going to be on the STRIVEcast. Oh, no, we know Noel from
you're
years
famous,
ago.
Noel.
And Susie, I remembered Susie from many years
Yeah,
ago.
you did.
Long time ago.
That's
so
awesome.
Parker came to Strive mostly Friday nights.
Cool.
Growing up, gosh, all through middle school and high school until he aged out.
Yeah.
And I told him I was going to be on the STRIVEcast, and he was like, oh, yeah, Jeff and Noel.
You
guys, he knows you guys.
That's awesome.
And I asked him what his favorite memories were, and he said he just really loved making friends and just having connections with
Awesome.
people his age, and having that safe space to go every Friday night. It really, really made a difference.
Awesome.
Still
Great
doing
to
it
hear.
today.
I know.
And then you guys, before we segue into the lightning round, MAMP has a big event coming up
We
in
do.
June, later this month. Would you like to tell us about that?
We do. It is our 25th anniversary this year, and we are taking the opportunity to have a party to thank all of Maine's nonprofits. Anybody and everybody is invited if you're a board member, a staff member, volunteer, a corporate supporter. This is just a chance for MAMP to shine a light on the nonprofit sector in Maine, say thank you, and have people feel a part of this incredible community that's powering the common good in the state of Maine. So we have some awesome door prizes from Bayside Bowl and Maine indoor karting, Monkey See, Monkey Do, which is a ropes course up in Wiscasset. Things for people all over the state that they can do with their teams and enjoy. So June 20th at Innovation Hall at UNE in Portland.
Cool.
Awesome.
And I will say the coolest thing we're doing, we have a sliding scale ticket option. We understand nonprofits, a lot of people are on budgets, they don't save money for the fun stuff, so if money is an obstacle, let's take away that obstacle and you choose the price that is most meaningful to you.
Awesome. And you can find out more about that at nonprofitmaine.org/25ticks.
Nice.
So,
Do you ever do get air?
Oh, it's a trampoline park. Get air
Ooh.
trampoline park.
That's a great idea. I didn't even inquire. Oh, well, I might have to reach out to them now. Thanks for the
idea.
tip. Yeah.
All right. Well, now we've finished our interview questions, and now it is time for the
lightning
lightning
round.
round.
want to introduce the lightning round?
Yeah.
no.
Lightning round. Lightning round. Lightning round.
All right, here we go. Lightning round is just a little bit faster paced sometimes.
Sometimes.
A
Not always.
little bit more of like this or that type
Yeah.
answers.
Noel, you're kicking it off. Go ahead.
Portland or South Portland?
Hometown
Tough
or
one.
current
Tough one
town?
right off the bat.
There's a funny story behind this. I know we're trying to go quick.
That's okay.
When I first moved back to Maine, I had lived in Portland and then I moved to South Portland. But I went to register my car and I went to the Portland City Hall and she said, "Sweetie, you live in South
Oh.
Portland." And I was just so used to going to meet a Portlander. Both, guys, come on. All right, I mean Portland because I lived there longer. Okay, how about
yeah,
that?
that works. Jeff?
Oh yeah.
Maine or California's?
Californians.
Guys, come on, all the California. No, Maine.
Yeah.
Maine.
You agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about sweets or
Salty.
salty snacks?
Salty,
Ooh.
all day.
Early bird or night owls?
Very early bird.
Ooh.
Yes.
Early bedtime.
Yeah.
Ah,
Very tough one
Yeah.
coming.
Woo.
Taylor Swift or Katy Perry?
I would get a lot of heat if I did not say Taylor Swift, so I
Gotcha.
gotta go with T Swift.
No, I don't like Taylor Swift.
You know, not a
Are you a
fan?
Katy Perry fan?
No.
Not even okay, so neither.
Or a
Yeah.
boy band, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Alright, Katy Perry also sings Cala.
good.
She does. I know that's a good point. Yes, I love
Yeah.
that song.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Jeff.
What's your favorite carnival food?
Carnival food.
I'm partial to any frozen treats.
Mm.
Soft serve, slushies, anything they've got that's frozen.
Good answer.
What about what's your
Pet
pet
peeve.
peeve?
Ooh.
Guys, just one?
Yeah.
You can give us a couple if you want.
Slow walkers. You know what I mean? You know, or people who are in the grocery store and they don't look where they're going and you crash into them.
That's
No, just slow walkers. Let's stick with that.
Yeah, good answer. Jeff?
What's your favorite dish at a Thanksgiving meal?
I think I'm gonna have to say the turkey. It's got all the great elements, but it has to have stuffing in it. So turkey with stuffing.
Totally.
Yeah.
What about you?
What about you?
I like turkey.
You like the turkey?
And the other stuff, like cranberry sauce.
Cranberry sauce. What's your favorite,
What
Jeff?
about you?
It's just the potatoes.
Yeah.
Just potatoes?
Potatoes.
Just potatoes?
Plate of potatoes.
Gravy?
No.
No gravy.
Just potatoes.
Mashed potatoes?
Yes, they're good.
Yeah.
Yes. Sir?
Ooh.
Okay. Willard Beach or Popham Beach?
Guys, Megan meet you. I gotta say Willard just because I live 2 minutes away and I walk there all the time with my dogs.
Aw.
So I love Willard Beach.
Good.
Yeah, and so do my pups.
Jeff?
Tell us about your best joke.
Good joke?
Guys, I don't. How about you tell me your best joke?
Ooh.
Your best podcast friendly joke.
Yeah. Appropriate joke. We'll see how it goes. You have some good knock-knock jokes, Jeff.
No.
Jeff has some originals,
Who's there?
too.
Elephant.
Elephant who?
Elephant graveyard.
Elephant graveyard? Why? That was dark.
No, it's not.
I also don't get it.
What's it
Is that
from?
where the hyenas live?
Where hyenas live? Is that like a Lion King? Is it
Oh,
from the Lion King?
that's
Elephant
right.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. Lion
What do you
King
know?
themed joke. So now it's time for a newer lightning
Work in
round
progress.
question where Jeff and Noel say the first word that comes to mind. So you guys.
And we've struggled with this a little,
Yeah.
and then you choose between their two words. So this
Okay.
time we
We
pre-chose
pre-chose the words. So we
Okay.
have them. So we're going to count to 3 and then you're going to say that word and he's
Okay.
going to say his word.
Ready?
Okay?
Yeah.
Ready? 3, 2,
Two,
1.
one.
Biosphere.
Alligator.
Yeah.
Biosphere or alligator? Similar topics.
Biosphere.
Yeah.
I'm feeling very scientific
There
today.
you go.
Well, I mean the alligator side.
Oh yeah.
Biosphere.
Good words, guys. Well,
Yeah.
you've got like a green shirt.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
alligator.
Perfect.
Alligator.
Well, those were all the questions we had. Thank you so much for coming on the STRIVECast.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me.
And don't forget, you can visit nonprofitmaine.org for more information about MAP, and including their event that's coming up on June 20th.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you guys for having
you, Kelly.
me.
All right, we'll be right back.
STRIVECast is brought to you by
Listeners like you.
Listeners like
you.
you.
You are.
Who
And
are we
this week's
shouting out
listener of the week is who?
You.
No.
You.
Listeners like you.
Yes, but
Yeah.
who did we want to shout out this week?
Paula and Dave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why?
For their wedding anniversary.
That's right.
right.
Special shout out to Paula and Dave Thompson on their 47th wedding anniversary.
Congratulations. Noel, how do you know Paula and Dave Thompson?
My parents.
They are your parents.
Yay! Congratulations,
Congratulations. So shout out to them for their wedding anniversary.
How long have
Thank
you
you,
been
Jeff.
married to MOA?
15 years.
Wow.
How was that?
Congrats.
50 years?
15 years.
50 full years.
Oh my God, that's long for
I'm not
50
50
years.
years old, dude. You can tell by me being cool by using words like dude.
Okay, well, this has been great. Shout out to Paul and Dave, and thanks for always listening to the STRIVEcast. And we'll be right back. All right, we're back, and it's time for the...
Question
Of
of
the week.
The week going after the honka burning love.
Hunka burning love. For the question of the week. Wow. That is quite an introduction.
Okay, wow.
This
air
week's...
guitar.
Nice air guitar. This week's question of the week.
Is if you were going to start your own nonprofit organization, what would it be?
So if you were going to start a charitable organization, what do you think you would do? You guys had some good ideas off air.
Help out the community and give back to the volunteers.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's important parts of a nonprofit.
Oh yeah.
What would your organization do?
To sell out many T-shirts and knitting them for the nerdiest couple of the people.
What does that mean? What's the nerdiest couple?
You gonna knit some T-shirts for the nerdiest couple? Is this like a fundraising idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds
Who's
like
the
one.
nerdiest couple?
Needy.
Neediest.
Oh,
Neediest.
big-
Got it.
big difference
So
there.
you knit sweaters for the needy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Very different than
Very-
what I thought we were headed with that.
Me
but
too.
How about you? Arm raised for Jeff. Yes.
Mine is gonna be USM.
Like a school?
Yeah.
What would your school
And
teach?
you'd open a university.
Yeah.
What would you teach?
I'll teach astronomy.
Astronomy school.
Yes.
Okay, well, there's probably a need for that out there.
Sure.
Colleges and universities can be nonprofits.
That's right.
Like company.
Like what?
Kappa Data?
Yeah.
What's that?
Kappa Delta?
Is that a fraternity?
Yeah.
That's not very charity. Well, I guess they do charity work in
We'll
fraternities.
do a lot of philanthropy.
Yeah. Pete,
Alright.
would yours be Strive?
I think it would be. I think
Yeah.
I would stick with Strive.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Okay, 20 years down and many more to go.
And actually, I'll be a teacher as well as Itchy is, you know.
Like
About-
Stacy.
Yeah, you're going
about-
to teach astronomy at Jeff University?
I'll go to school about teaching about the universe.
You
You-
teach about the universe. I love that.
What would you teach people about the universe?
Yeah,
let's,
tell
let's
us.
have our first lesson
Yeah,
right
first
now. Here we go.
lesson. 101.
Professor
Universe
Jeff,
101.
go.
Go ahead.
Okay, up in the sky at night is the Mercury and Venus
Uh-huh.
and Uranus and also you might see the Milky Way
Yep.
and also you see our Earth and other planets and
Okay.
and
Thank you, Professor.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Thanks for naming all those planets. That's pretty
Pluto
cool.
is the one I was talking about.
Yes.
This debate, I think, if Pluto is actually a planet or
Right.
not.
They got rid of it.
I think they
as
go
a
back
planet.
and forth.
It's now
It's
like a distant star.
Dwarf planet.
Yeah.
What about the stuff is a ring?
might be back, though.
What about the one with the ring, a big ring? on
Saturn?
it? Yeah.
That's a good one.
Interstellar.
Did you see the movie Interstellar? That was a great movie.
I saw it was.
Oh, I thought that one too.
I haven't
It's
seen it.
very long, but it's very good. I recommend that.
So, a little bit of a segue from planets to rockets. Have you seen Rocket Man?
Yeah, we were just talking about that yesterday.
Thought you would.
Oh,
Are you going to see it soon?
oh
Yeah,
you mean
Elton John movie.
Is it Rocket Man? Actually, I've never seen it.
Me neither.
Me either.
How
Just
about
came out
a
though.
dancer?
Tiny Dancer?
Yeah.
I do
Haven't
know
seen
that
it.
song.
All right.
Okay,
that
well-
has been the question of the week. Oh, Liv, we didn't ask you. What's your charity?
I said Strive also.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else have one? Ryan?
If you could start a.
If you were going to do your own nonprofit?
Maybe technology for the needy people.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ryan.
Our sound engineer, Ryan.
Yeah.
Great one.
What if we did like a whole radio group of people with different disabilities and they'd have their own radio, like
Still not here yet.
different, we'd have different types of podcasts. That'd be cool.
Let's
My future.
get this first one under under our belt.
It's Strive's radio channel.
What? Anything?
Strive-ish.
Strive.
There we go.
Strivish. I almost turning the microphone around for Whitney. I almost knocked over Olivia's drink,
How about the
dare
iced
you.
coffee?
but I
That one's
didn't.
safe.
So it's all good.
Well, this has been the.
Question of the week. Da 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 da.
Question of the week.
Is done. Thank you, and
Thank
we'll be
you.
right back.
We're back and it's time for the word.
What's up, what's up?
Words of wisdom.
What's up?
This week's question is: why should you help out a nonprofit, and what does that look like to you? So, what do you think? Why should you help out a nonprofit?
To help out for the needy for sewing knitting.
That's your nonprofit, the knitting
Right.
sweaters for the needy.
Yep. Or why is it important to
Help out any nonprofit.
Yeah, any.
Because it's nice to help out people.
That's right.
That's right. It helps other people's lives, right?
Yes.
We appreciate all the people that help out Strive, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Well-
what does it look like to help out an organization? Like, how do people help Strive?
How to feel happy inside.
What would you name your knitting organization?
Biosphere, sewing, clothes.
How about Noel's Knitting?
Yeah.
Ooh, love it.
Noel's knitting needles.
Noel's knitting biosphere science.
What's buyers?
Noel's knitting for the needy.
Love it. He doesn't like it, but I was into it.
Yeah.
What do you want to call it? Biosphere?
Biosphere science.
Biosphere. Right.
Another foreshadowing word coming up later in the episode.
she is,
Earlier in the
yeah.
episode.
Oh, yeah.
Past tense.
Having to do-
Okay.
Why are
You.
sounds like that?
I don't know. You're up. What do you think? Why is it important to help a nonprofit? And how do you do that?
I don't know. I don't know what.
Did he pick it?
How do people help Strive, Jeff? What do they do to help us out?
They do us money every year.
Yeah.
Donate money every year, or volunteer, or help out any way they can, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Great
Great.
answers, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Do you have a name for your university?
Yes, I do.
What is it, Professor Jeff?
Yes.
No, what's the name of the university?
Professor Jeff's University.
Yeah.
Oh. Duh.
Okay,
Good
that's
times.
been the words of wisdom, and we will be right back.
in.
The STRIVECast is brought to you by.
Joe's Buffalo Chicken Wrap.
Yum! Wow!
Wow!
Oh,
I am so
nice and
full.
sauce. Oh,
Nice
God.
and saucy.
Oh.
So good today.
Very spicy. Good
Yeah.
tang and spice. Not too
Yeah.
hot, but just enough heat.
Just right, buddy.
Just
Yep.
right.
How do
So-
you, I like the chicken had just enough crisp to it.
Oh, yeah, we do. I like a little crisp.
You do.
Mhm. Well,
How long do they strip?
How long is what strip?
The chicken.
I don't know. But
Because they're small chickens.
there's a punchline coming to this. I feel like I'm walking into. I don't know. How long do they strip?
The kickoff is in 5 minutes.
what are you talking about?
Okay. Great.
Stripping the ball in football.
Stripping the
Ah.
ball in football.
All right. Well,
What did that have to do
chicken
with buffalo
strips.
chicken?
Chicken strips. I got it.
Oh,
Chicken
but
strips.
I love chicken strip cheese.
Yeah, that's chicken strip
He
tease.
said it's a
Okay.
joke, you guys.
All right. Well, thanks to Joe for
Yeah.
always being there. If you guys are tired of hearing us talk about Joe, it's time to pony up $25 so you can get your ad right here on the STRIVEcast. $25 an episode. You can't beat that. We've got hundreds and hundreds of listeners now, each and every week. Thank you, by the way, listeners like you. And we want your ad here, right here, right now. Thank you.
We'll be right back. All right, we're back, and it's time to.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Up, going down to the mountain and wrapping it up.
Oh, good. Going down to the mountain and wrapping it up. Wow, what a great episode.
Three companies, Spain.
Uh-huh. Thanks so much to Kelly McCormack from the Maine Association of Nonprofits for coming
was
on the
fun.
STRIVEcast. That was really fun. What a good episode. I learned a lot. That's
Me too.
For sure.
Me too.
Noel, did you want to do some updating events?
Yep. The Campus Drive.
That's right.
Camp Strive.
starting next week, Monday, June 17th. So if
Can you believe it?
I know.
Summer is here.
Has arrived.
Not yet.
Okay. But if you or someone you know is looking for a fun summer camp experience,
Never hit on them.
okay, you can give us a call here at Strive or shoot us an email because we have camp running all summer long. So camp.
And no snakes.
You know what? You can visit how you can find out more about Camp Strive. You can visit our brand newly designed, revamped, new and improved pslstrive.org.
Wow! Yay!
Thanks to not only our sound engineer for the STRIVEcast, but also the webmaster of our web domain, Ryan Taylor, did a great new rebrand of our website. If you haven't been on it lately, you should check it out.
Check it
As
out.
soon as you wrap this up, go online, pslstrive.org. New and improved, all of our programs, all the ways to reach us. Everything you ever want to know about Strive and much more right there at pslstrive.org. So special thanks to Ryan for that work.
Absolutely.
A lot of work in that. A lot of work.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I know that.
What's
Yeah,
our
absolutely.
other updating event, Noel?
Beach or Beacon.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget your bibs and your jewel bibs.
And your jewel bibs.
That's right. Beach to Beacon coming up.
Yeah,
First
I think-
Saturday in August.
If they jewel, don't forget their bibs.
Oh, drool bibs. Drool bibs, right.
Not that kind
Not
of bib,
that kind
a
of bib.
running bib. The race is sold out. It always is. It sells out in like 3 minutes flat. And it's not too late for you to get in, though. Just reach out to us here at Strive because we do have some fun racing bibs available.
That's right. So if you or someone you know is looking to run the most popular road race in Maine, we've got you
In New
covered.
England, maybe.
Wow.
That's the big
Perhaps the
thing.
Boston Marathon is a little
Oh,
bigger.
what about the main? Remember that shirt you gave me? You had to pick up trash at.
The Maine Marathon, we volunteered,
volunteered?
as a beneficiary. We
Yeah.
had, yep.
Oh, cool. Was that fun?
I didn't go.
Okay.
Pete.
But you got the t-shirt. Fun.
I got. Yeah, Peter gave me the T-shirt.
What a nice guy, Peter.
Thanks. Did I give you a t-shirt too?
No.
Huh. Well,
Oh, because
That
he
sucks.
didn't go to camp that year.
There was a little swear, a little bump in there a little bit.
Not really.
Yes.
I'll pay a dime for that one.
minor swear jar thing. All right, well, let's wrap this up. Thanks so much again to Kelly McCormack. Thanks for our producing team of Whitney and Susie. You guys always keep us on track and book all our guests and make them comfortable.
Big
so
fist
thank
pump
you.
on the producer end of the
Wow.
table. Good
Let's
work.
go, ladies. And as always, big shout out to Ryan Taylor, our engineer and Strive IT specialist. So
If you have any
thank
thoughts
very
on
much.
who you'd like to hear right here on the STRIVEcast, shoot us an email, strivecast@pslstrive.org, with your guest ideas.
Yeah, or if you want to be shouted out in the Listeners Like You segment, let us know.
We could use your feedback
Totally.
all the time.
Oh, yeah, all the time, right.
Right. Anything you want to say? Signing
Shall we
off?
close it out?
No, I'm
I'm
good.
almost done.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. All right. Thank you.
Good episode 36 is in the books.
Thank you.
Yes!
See you next time.
Yay.
Next time.